and spent time in jail. These are all cases from the last 5 years. These African American parents are guilty for what is known as border hopping. A parent who has enrolled their child in a school district that is not their own through false documentation, whereby unfairly benefited from taxes that they don't pay. And why, you may ask, would anyone take such a risk? The answer is simple: to give their child a better chance against the racial and economic inequality in our school system. The question we're tasked with answering today is whether or not the U.S. Department of Education has met the goals set by the landmark case of Brown versus Board of Ed. Based on these 3 cases, I say no. It is still, sadly, a dream deferred. In 1954, the Supreme Court spoke directly to the American educational system and said, separate schools for white and black children was without a doubt unequal. It was stated in the decision that segregation based on race impeded the educational and mental development